My grandmother never once overdrafted her bank account. She never got a call from a debt collector. She never sat at the kitchen table with her head in her hands, wondering how the money disappeared before the month was even over. And she did all of this on a factory worker's salary. No financial advisor, no budgeting app, no spreadsheet. On a laptop screen, just a small wooden box and a handful of envelopes. If you've never heard of the envelope budget system, the real one, the one working class families used before banks turned everyone into borrowers, then stay with me, because what I'm about to share with you is one of the most powerful, most forgotten money habits in American history, and it worked every single time. Hello friends, and welcome back to Wheel Fix Carter. I hope you're doing well and having a wonderful day. May God bless you with happiness, good health, and success in everything you do. My name is Lisa Rachel, and at 65 years old, I'm here to share the timeless money lessons, wealth-building strategies, and financial wisdom I've learned throughout my life. Before we begin, if you enjoy this video or learn something valuable from it, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Wheel Fix Carter, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Now, without wasting any time, let's dive into today's money secret. Here's something nobody wants to say out loud. Most Americans today have no idea where their money goes. You get paid on Friday. By Tuesday, something is already wrong. The account is lower than it should be. You check your phone. A subscription here, a takeout order there, a random charge you don't even remember approving. And then the excuses start. I just need to earn more. If I had a better job, I wouldn't have this problem. Things are just more expensive now. And yes, things are more expensive now. That part is true. But here's the part nobody talks about. Families in the 1950s and 1960s were not rich. The average factory worker in 1955 brought home roughly $70 to $80 a week. That's it, one income, one paycheck. And yet they paid their mortgage, fed their children, put a little away for emergencies, and still had enough left over for a Sunday roast. How? They used a system, a physical, tangible, impossible to cheat system. They used envelopes. The envelope budget system is exactly what it sounds like, and that simplicity is the entire point. The beginning of every month or every pay period, you sit down at your kitchen table, you take your paycheck in cash and you divide it, not on an app, not in a spreadsheet, in your hands, real paper money. You write a category. On each envelope, rent, food, electric, gas, doctor shoes, church, savings. Every dollar gets a home before you spend a single cent. When the food envelope is empty, you stop buying food you don't need. When the electric envelope has what it needs, you don't touch it for anything else. When the savings envelope gets fat enough, you put it in the bank, untouched. That's it. No algorithm, no notifications, no smart technology required. Just paper, a pen, and discipline that most people today have completely forgotten how to practice. My grandmother kept her envelopes in that wooden box on top of the refrigerator. Every Friday evening after dinner, my grandfather would sit down with her and they would count together every envelope, every dollar. They called it the Friday count. It took 20 minutes, and it kept that family financially stable for over 40 years. Now let me walk you through the actual categories that working class families used in the envelope system before 1975. These weren't random. They were built from hard experience from families who had lived through the Great Depression and knew what real financial pain felt like. Envelope 1, rent or mortgage. This was the first envelope filled, always, before anything else. A roof over your head was non-negotiable. Families treated this envelope like it was sacred. You didn't borrow from it. You didn't delay it. Rent first, everything else after. Envelope 2, food. Groceries only, not restaurants, not convenience stores. Groceries. Families planned their meals for the week before they went to the store, and they bought exactly what they needed. When the food envelope ran low near the end of the month, you got creative. Soup, beans, bread, you made it work. Envelope 3, utilities. Electric, gas, water, whatever your bills were, you estimated them, put in a little extra for safety, and you sealed that envelope until bill day. Envelope for transportation. Gas for the car, bus fare, whatever got you to work got its own envelope, because without transportation there was no paycheck, simple as that. Envelope 5 Medical. Even families without health insurance kept a medical envelope, a little every month. Not much, maybe $2 or $3, but it was there, so that when someone got sick, they didn't have to choose between a doctor visit and dinner. Envelope 6 Clothing and shoes. Children grow fast, shoes wear out. This envelope was filled slowly and spent carefully. You bought what was needed, not what was wanted, and you waited until the envelope had enough before you spent. Envelope 7 Emergency Fund. This was the quiet envelope, the one you hoped you'd never need, but every single paycheck, something went in, $1, $5, whatever the budget allowed. Over time, this envelope became a wall of protection between your family and disaster. Envelope 8 Savings. Separate from emergencies, this was for the future, for a down payment on a house, for your children's education, for retirement long before 401,000 plans existed. Families saved because they understood something modern Americans have forgotten, that the future always arrives, and it doesn't care whether you're ready. Now you might be thinking this sounds simple, maybe even too simple. Why would something this basic be more effective than all the financial apps and tools we have today? The answer is one word: friction. When money is digital, when it lives in an app or a bank account, spending it feels like nothing. You tap a screen, you click a button, the money disappears and your brain barely registers that anything happened. But when you hold cash in your hand, when you physically open an envelope and count out bills, your brain knows exactly what is happening. You feel the weight of the decision, you see the envelope getting thinner, you know that when it's gone, it's gone. That friction is not a flaw, that friction is the feature. It forces awareness, and awareness is the foundation of every financial habit that actually works. There is a second reason the envelope system worked so well, and this one is even more important. It made financial decisions in advance. Modern budgeting fails because most people try to track money after they've already spent it. They look at their bank statement at the end of the month and feel guilty. But guilt after spending is useless. The damage is already done. The envelope system forces you to make every financial decision before the month begins. You decide in advance how much food costs, how much the lights cost, how much you are allowed to spend on anything before a single dollar leaves your hands. That single shift from reactive to proactive is what made working-class families financially stable for generations. You don't need to live in 1955 to use this system. You can start this Friday. Here's how. Step 1. Know your take-home pay. Not your gross salary, your actual take-home after taxes, the number that hits your account, that is your total. Step 2. List your fixed expenses first. Rent or mortgage, insurance, any bills that are the same every month. These go into envelopes first. They don't change. They don't negotiate. Step 3. Assign every remaining dollar. Food, gas, clothing, entertainment if any, emergency savings, future savings. Every dollar gets a category. If your total runs out before your categories are filled, something has to give. That's the point. The envelope system shows you the truth immediately. Step 4. Use cash where possible. For groceries, gas, and daily spending, withdraw cash and use physical envelopes. For fixed bills you pay online. Keep a written ledger, a simple notebook where you track what goes in and what goes out for each category. Step 5. Do the weekly count. Every Friday, 20 minutes, every envelope. Make it a ritual. Make it a habit. Make it the most important financial meeting of your week. My grandmother passed away when I was 19 years old. She left behind a paid-off house, a small savings account with enough to cover her burial and leave something for her children, and that wooden box still sitting on top of the refrigerator, still holding a few worn envelopes with her handwriting on them. She never earned a lot of money, but she never wasted what she had. She understood something that took me decades to learn, that it's not how much you earn that determines your financial life. It's how intentional you are with every single dollar that comes into your hands. The envelope system isn't old-fashioned, it's just honest. And honesty with your money, with yourself, with your family is the lost habit that built the American middle class. It can build yours too.